Yo, come one, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we don't, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today, bringing you guys and girls Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, chapter 75. I haven't read this chapter yet, but it's been nearly impossible to avoid some types of spoilers, especially being present on social media and stuff like that for this chapter. So I'm aware that the Otsuki god gets brought up this chapter. Apart from that, though, I've avoided spoilers, thankfully. But I'm keen, so we're going to get straight into the greatness that is this chapter. But before we do, you know what to do, you know what is appreciated, you know what is expected at this point in time. Help the channel out by subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell icon for more notifications for content like this. Give the video a thumbs up and all that good stuff. But now that you have, cheers. By the way, so close to hitting our goal this year of hitting 150 subscribers. So like I said, share that love. But now that you have, let's get into it. So we've got Damon on the front, and man, is this the first time I've seen Damon colored? No, surely not. He just looks so odd with the teal and pink hair. Genuinely. Alright, so we've got Ida. Alright, they're all chilling in the house now, aren't they? Ida. Ida enchants all regardless of gender. Only blood relatives and Otsuki aren't affected, meaning it doesn't work on Boruto and Kawaki, and her little brother Damon. Plus, her left eye's Senrigan allows her to peek in on all things happening across the world. She can also hear conversations as if she were actually there. It also lets her browse past events, though she can't see anything that took place prior to her birth. So, for now, she can only go back 16 years. As for her brother Damon, he reflects all attacks, any action that would inflict harm on him. And though it's necessary for his hand to be touching another person, his ability... Oh, okay, so they are reconfirming that last chapter where Damon reflected... I can't even remember whose it was attack. In the panel, you didn't see him touching them, but it's confirmed again. And though it's necessary for his hand to be touching another person, his ability will also transfer to the person currently touching him. That's everything in a nutshell. What a crazy list of abilities. It makes my head hurt. So, with Damon though, if you were to use, say, Sage Mode, right? And you didn't hit him, you touched him with Sage Mode, could you not, like, frog him out? Potentially speaking? Like, realistically? Am I crazy for thinking that? Because it's like, if you're in Sage Mode but you're not actively trying to hurt him, there's nothing to reflect attack-wise. And even if you did get the Shinjutsu chakra reflected back on you, you're a sage. It's not going to hurt you. Whereas for him, ribbit! Makes my head hurt. Damon is an irritating, risky, pesky brat. Just be careful not to aim murderous intent toward him, no matter what, because that too will be reflected. It depends on certain conditions, but it will all rebound back to you. What? Okay, now you've lost me. Ha! Want to test it? No thanks. This man thought about slapping the kid, and it got reflected back on him, did it? What? Looks like it's legit Boruto, as you just saw. You really imagined clobbering him? What? Is something wrong with your head? That ain't normal. I've been wondering, Amado, how the heck did you develop so many unbelievable abilities? Yo, he takes a fat drawer of his drag there. Develop wouldn't be accurate. I am a mere human, not a god. The crafting of abilities is a feat permitted only to the gods. What I did is simply transplant things that already existed. Transplant? Explain that. Yeah, their abilities were brought about by a god. Someone who actually evolved into a godlike being. OHTSUTSUKI... Oh, fuck. Shit. Why? Why is it broken up like that? It's just making it... Like, I know the word. I'm just not being able to pronounce it while I'm looking at it. Otsuki Shibai. Otsuki Shibai? Otsuki. Who is this Otsuki Shibai? Where are they? Don't worry, he is no longer with us. All that exists are his remains. I mean, shit, where are his remains then? Like, you say that like it's not a problem. If someone has remains, like if they're dead, if they're like whatever, there's a lot in Naruto people can do with people's bodies. His remains. Do you remember what I told you about how the chakra fruit that forms from absorbing all life on a planet is a mass of colossal energy and genetic information, and that Otsuki are a species that evolves through devouring those fruit? By repeatedly undergoing karmic resurrection, Shibai cheated death, devoured many fruit over several millennia, and eventually the cumulative evolution led to godhood. Yo, look at him there, like a dark space Jesus. Is that that kind of looks like the horn shape that was on the one of the broken tablets back when we first saw Code at the at the Karma hideout. Interesting. Godhood, huh? Setting aside possible oh god, I read that wrong. Setting aside possible godhood, let's get back to the original topic. You were saying these various cheat-like powers of Ida and Damon are originally abilities that Shibai fellow possessed? That's right. Transplanting DNA harvested from Shibai's remains results in the endowing of one or more of his abilities. So this dude had both of his abilities. Both of those abilities. That's pretty solid. You there. Karatsuki. Is what he's saying technologically possible? Yes, I have been listening. It's just transplanting a person's ability into someone else, even using scientific ninja tools, would be difficult with current human technology. However, having now witnessed numerous tech beyond human intelligence, like at the airship crash site and in young Kawaki's body, I cannot say with any surety that it's impossible. That's low, Shikamaru. You think I'd make things up at this point? Don't pay my cautious nature any mind. To be blunt, I just can't get myself to trust you. Now, go on, Amado. Shibai's various abilities were quite incredible, it's said. Without needing to weave signs, as with ninjutsu, he generated storms with a wave of his hand, and called forth thunderbolts with just an angry roar. Given the name Shinjutsu... Okay, hang on. And called forth thunderous bolts with just an angry roar, given the name Shinjutsu. Such godlike abilities were neither ninjutsu nor sage arts. They were phenomena equivalent to divine miracles. Shinjutsu. In addition to Ida and Damon's abilities, Code's claw marks are also Shinjutsu, as are the Sukuna, Hikona, and Daikokuten that Kawaki inherited from Ishiki. And the immortality art, the neighbor's resurrection, Karma. Right. In fact, ninjutsu itself fundamentally attempts to reproduce phenomena similar to Shinjutsu. Through weaving signs and concentrating one's chakra. With all due respect, are you saying our ninjutsu are nothing more than a pale imitation of these Shinjutsu? Sarada? Wait, what did Sarada say? Sarada? Did I offend you? I am simply stating fact. Putting aside the necessity of that, I think I do know pretty well that the Otsuki technology capabilities far exceed our own. And I've got a question. With karmic resurrection, he ought to live forever. So why is he a corpse, or did someone kill Shibai? I don't know what really happened. It's certainly possible that he was killed, but... what if, after many cycles of evolution, he ascended to a higher dimension where a physical body isn't required? If no body is needed, neither are resurrections or vessels. It's a hypothesis that Shibai deliberately discarded his body. I see. On that on the one hand, it sounds like crazy talk, but if a god is meant to be a flawless being, then that theory does have some merit. You're not. I'm just like Naruto right now. I'm just like, what the fuck? What? Hey, what are we talking about? Apologies, I got sidetracked. What I'm trying to say is that Otsuki powers can contain hope to make what is impossible to us possible, such as bringing my daughter back to life. Heavy tones. Bring his daughter back to life. Yeah, and you got Delta showing up. Delta, you shouldn't be here. I know, but I really wanted to see Ida. Don't tell Shikamaru, okay? No way, besides, the sensory unit will detect you right away. At least I didn't show up over there, Just let me look at her. No, you're particularly suggestible. Come on, I'm gonna get in trouble. Please, just a few minutes? I'll stay right here. Please? Pretty please? Delta, time to go to sleep. Yeah, lights out. Delta, time to go to sleep. Her emergency shutdown code? I'm so sorry, she just flew off. I haven't run like this in ages. Yes, you've lost your ninjahood there, love. Like, genuinely. Poor class rep. She's not supposed to be able to disobey either Dr. Katsuki or me. Her program needs to be checked. That's how strong Ida's charm is. I need to be careful too. I guess her ability is a lot more fearsome than I thought. Bring your dead daughter back to life? You did mention before that your daughter died 12 years ago. 12 years ago? That's around when I was born. My daughter, Akebi, suffered from a terrible... Okay, I definitely thought his daughter was someone else then. My daughter, Akebi, suffered from a terrible disease. It was an unknown cause. No drug or cure was effective. It was a fatal illness that doctors had given up on. But I didn't rail against them, because I'd already discovered a way to resolve the situation. Ooh, is that some of the remnants of Shibai? I'd make her a new body via cloning. I didn't care about the ethics anymore. It seemed logical to give her a totally new shell, rather than fix up a defective product. After all, this was a field that I'd long tinkered in. The bar was significantly easier to clear than developing new meds. Akebi died a short time later. Yet I wasn't sad, at least not at that point. I plugged away in a race against time. I preserved Akebi's brain and succeeded in extracting, digitizing, and creating a backup of her memories. About 9 months after my daughter's death, she was abruptly complete. She had Akebi's voice, her exact appearance, plus her memories. Yeah, okay, so it was Delta, yeah. But she was a total stranger. She definitely retained Akebi's memories in full, yet she wasn't Akebi. It wasn't just her personality, her humanity. It's difficult to explain, but it seems a human consciousness is more than just an aggregation of memories. I kept remarking her, but each time she was someone other than Akebi. Even if I could create a new person, it just was not possible to reproduce one who'd existed before. I don't know why, I was thinking that Delta was his daughter. I realized that this was the domain of gods, a world that humans were not meant to step into. And it finally hit me, that my daughter no longer existed. That's when he appeared. He said he'd reunite me with her, if I assisted him. Ooh. And that was Jigen, an Otsuki Ishiki, huh? When his objectives were achieved, he'd reward me by reviving my daughter. That was the deal. I aligned with Karma as a last hope, not knowing that this goal, the chakra fruit, would come at the cost of the life of this planet. Fulfill Kara's mission and get your daughter back, but the planet would die. What an undeniable decision. Untenable decision. What is do you know what? I'm going to have to look that up later. That's going to be my word for the day. So you gave your daughter up, huh? And decided to take Ishiki down. I was prepared to do anything for her, but what's the point if there's no planet to live on? Don't get me wrong though, I haven't given up on my daughter at all. Jigen never specified how he was planning to revive my daughter. It's even possible he may not have ever intended to do so. But as I worked towards taking him down, I discerned the mechanism of karmic resurrection. Oh! Everybody, death's off limit. We gotta... You know what? They've got their own Dragon Balls now. Now that they have the technology for karma, they have their own Dragon Balls. It's what Ishiki was trying to do through vessels. And my attempt to reproduce Akabe using a clone was almost identical. My failed effort at reproducing personality, which crossed into the domain of the gods, was possible only with the miracle of godly power. The Shinjutsu karma. Now I get it. What Mr. Amado was planning to use Kawaki's karma for. I added Akabe's data to Kawaki's reconstructed karma. All Kawaki has to do is implant karma into a new cloned body that I'll prepare. That should be enough to revive Akabe. Oh, yo! Chef kiss. You know, I totally thought Mr. Amado was plotting something a lot worse. Kawaki's still like, that may not be how it goes, bro. Ida. Yes, Shikadeer? I can't trust Amado's tale, including whether he really had a daughter or not. I want proof. Can you check with your Senrigan? How dare you? Hey, Shikamaru, don't you think that's a bit much? I'm just making sure. Don't take offense, Amado. This is my job. You've quite the awful personality, Shikadeer. But I kinda like it. Good to hear. Now if you would. Well, that's harsh, Uncle Shika. Hey boy, react if you... Oh, I got goosebumps then. Hey boy, react if you can hear me. Huh? I was wondering why your petty thoughts were suddenly available to me, but this confirms it. Momoshiki? Hey, what's going on? Did Momoshiki freeze time for Boruto's perspective here? A new effect that apparently arose from having supplemented some of your damaged flesh with my data. It seems our thoughts are crossing over. This isn't mind transfer jutsu. Momoshiki's thoughts are echoing inside my head. Huh. It is grating, but never mind. Just don't let Kawaki catch on. I'd rather not tangle with him again. About what Amada just said, there's something off about it. You distrust him too? Just like Shikamaru? Then again, that whole part about gods and Shibai, it was sounding real shady to me. Sorry, but the Shibai part is true. He was an OHTSUTSUKI, who, as Amada correctly guessed, is no longer in this dimension. Okay, so they know he's in another dimension, true. What, for real? The same with Shinjutsu. I too have observed this plane a long time, and have an intimate understanding of all extant Shinjutsu. Then you're saying he's lying about his daughter. Who knows? I have no knowledge of that. It is Ida's ability that is bothering me. Ida's ability? Huh? Amado asserted that Ida's abilities are Shinjutsu, and her Senrigan is certainly so. However, that love charm power cannot be. So what of it? As I said just now, I know all Shinjutsu, but I have never heard of such an ability. In short, it is possible that Amado is lying. What are you saying? That it's a type of scientific ninja tool or something? Plus, why would he need to lie about that? Indeed, that is what raised the question. Can she see what's happening with this? It was only a quick peek, but Amado's daughter, Sanzu Akabe, did exist. She died when she was 24. At the very least, those events he told us about were all true. Happy now? Thank you, Ida. I appreciate your help. Hey now, that's it. You question my honesty and have nothing else to say? I'm just doing my job. The reason for my distrust lies with you. Don't pretend you're innocent while criticizing others. And what about our situation? How long will we be linked? It's not as if I want to be doing this either. Our thoughts are leaking to each other against our wills. That's easy for you to say. You better not be trying to trick me. Babble away. I, for one, hope it will be brief. You know? Yo, his eye triggers. You find him. He couldn't have gotten far yet. Don't let him escape. You. That just ain't what a friend does, you hear? Mitsuki, found him over here. You have managed to truly anger me. Yo! Okay, I may have been wrong. Kawaki, I've been saying it for a little minute now that Kawaki, you know, what we saw at the beginning of Boruto probably wasn't going to happen because Kawaki isn't a bad dude. It was probably a misunderstanding of other events. But if he's implanted something in Kawaki that is shady, it could cause him and his DNA to... There's a lot to process here. There's a lot to process this chapter. So 1, all those abilities are part of Shinjutsu. Chef kiss, love that. 2, at the end here, finally get to see Mitsuki in Sage mode again. Looks like he's about to fight Kawaki. That's very, 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 very interesting. I'm assuming we're going to be getting that in 2023, so I'm keen for that. But. Ooh. Okay, there's a lot to process here. I'm gonna have to sit and think on this. Alright. That being said, this was chapter 75 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations. Alright. Cheers for reading along with me. Alright, if you've stuck around to the end. Let me know what your thoughts were on the chapter in the comments down below. Or you can join the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. Go join down there. It's also got the links to all the chapters and stuff like that that I read down there. But now that you have, it is greatly appreciated. But, before you end up, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications of content like this, give the video a thumbs up, all that good shit. Share the love if you're a fan of Boruto and a fan of Naruto. Alright, do it for yourself. And do it to help us hit our goal of 150 subscribers this year, alright? But now, peace, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Until the next video or until the next chapter of Boruto, whatever it is that you're here for, have a damn good day. Goodbye.